Greetings, everyone. My name is Arnold Penix, aka Gregory Harris, and you are welcome to join us today. Today is Garvey Theater Thursdays, right here at the Chemic Club. I am head of Garvey Studios Talent Development Workshop here, and what we're doing here is putting together talent to train them in the art of acting. And I definitely want to help you do that. So, welcome, BAF members. Give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. It has always been my dream and desire to help people get the training that I have gotten throughout my career. But I came up with a method that I'm going to be sharing with you during this workshop, and it's called the Astro Acting Method. And the Astro Acting Method is dealing with astrology, numerology, which those who know me, I delve in those two sciences. So I decided to say to train actors on who they are. First, they start with whatever zodiac sign that they are, and then they can build from their inner core. And then they get characters in which they can choose, if they know all of the zodiac signs, which characterization they're going to use, which three traits. I said three traits that you will pick from each zodiac sign. Say, for example, I'm Cancerian. I'm a Cancerian, and I love to feel, and I love to nurture, and I love to give and care, and at the same time, I'm like sort of overly emotional about things. That's a character choice. That's one character choice. And then, of course, at the same time, I can be hard as nails and very, very nondescriptive, and you can't read what I'm thinking. Okay, and that's another character trait. And the third character trait is that I probably love to be embraced and hold and romantic, and those are that's another character trait that you may choose. And each zodiac sign has that type of delineation. So what I would like you to do to think about who you are and where you're coming from, and that way, while we go into the text for the day, is a portrait of Marcus Garvey, which is a play that I wrote now. With Garvey Studios Talent Development, Black history is being trying to be taken out of our schools. So what I do is that I create productions and plays as a sort of like an African griot to tell our story. We tell our story through storytelling, and that's what drama came from. Actually, theater came from Africa, the African tribes, the ritualistic dances, the witch doctors. All of these things came from us. And if you look at some of the filming, especially Sinners, if you saw that scene when everyone was in the juke joint, definitely they were all doing their thing and in a ritualistic way. And that's what theater is. And then the Greeks took it and it became the Greek tragedies and trilogies, but it all originated from the original people, which is people of color. Now, the play, Portrait of Marcus Garvey, is a mystic play. And as I say that because it has a lot of spiritual overtones, it takes place in an art gallery, as you see here, the artist on the wall, and our ancestors come to life. And the whole concept is that we all end up a photograph on the wall in someone's home. Okay, your portrait will be placed on the wall, and they say that was Uncle such and such. He lived back in 2024, and he's 2025, and he was this, he was that, she was this, she was that. Because we all end up in the memory of someone that we love and respect. Okay, so I took that concept and came up with the play, and so that way he's a portrait that comes to life and speaks. But we're going to get into that later. But right now, it started. Who was Marcus Garvey? We opened up with the fact that you see some footage of him, so you can understand who he was at the turn of the 20th century. Now, as a talent developer, we have the artist who created this portrait here. Okay, and there Mr. Garvey is without his hat and everything. And I'm just, Kalonji is a renowned artist. I mean, he doesn't need to be talent developed, but he needs to be promoted. And so that's what we're doing here at the Garvey Studios Talent Development. We're developing the actors, but we're promoting the greats such as this man. I've seen his work all over the world. I mean, I've seen his work on, didn't know who did it. I just knew that it was wonderful work. So what inspired you, Kalonji, to create this piece?
Of Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, yeah.
When I first heard Marcus Garvey, okay, I was blown away because I never heard a black man with so much passion, dedication for us melanated people. Yes. it came from Barbados, I was not aware of a lot of things. And when I realized the struggle that was going on with us as a people, I decided to dedicate my artwork to be a voice for Pan-African. So, been doing it all these years.
Okay, so how did this happen?
But this piece in particular, Garvey had made a speech where he said that when he came to America, he asked the black man, we're the men of big affairs, we're the army. So I decided to put his vision onto canvas. So that's what I did. And this year was done in 1994, I think it is.
1994?
Yes. And his son has asked me, he wanted to buy the piece thing. And I did not sell it to him, but it was a reason because I was not really finished with it. So several years after, I decided to add a lot of stuff that wasn't.
What's a lot of stuff? What did you add?
Okay, when I first did it, it was just Marcus Garvey, the red, the black, and the green, and the soldiers marching. So then I went in and put in Malcolm X, because Malcolm was one of the leaders also that really inspired me to do what I do. I had the black woman and child. Then I decided to add the ancestors.
So basically, you added these characters and people in the painting because this is what he inspired from you?
Yes, that's really inspired from me. For me, a painting is never finished. So
a painting's never finished.
Never finished, yeah. Sometimes with my present, and I see something that I can improve or make more effective, I will contribute.
So it's a continuation of creativity. That's what you're saying.
As an ancestor saying the messages to me, then
then you add.
I don't get it at the same time. Sometimes I get it from you and I get it from her.
So when you sell a piece, that's it. Are you going to go to people's house and say, I want to repaint something?
No. And truthfully, I never really sell too much of my originals, and I've been offered plenty of money of my originals. When I first started doing art, I did it for a message. Okay.
You can tell y'all that he's used to doing his art, and he's not a media television person, but we got to get him out here, y'all. We got to get him out here. BAF members, come by and get some of his prints and everything of that nature. I don't want to. We done with you. We done talking about it because we definitely wanted you to see what he does and who he is. Put a face to this magnificent work. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
A member of the Black.
You're turning again. There you go. Stop, stand still.
All right.
Okay. All right. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. See your audience. Kalonji.
Keep your head on.
Kalonji. There you go. And that's how artists are, everybody. And artists can be very, very shy and everything. But and I think it's wonderful because his work is magnificent. At this time, we're going to introduce the Garvey Theatricals company and people, talent who's in development, and how you become a member of the Garvey Studios Talent Development Workshop is that it's really ordained by the creator. The people come and they come into my cipher, as they say, and I see their energy and I see how they move and how they go. And I said, well, and that's how talent is discovered. People go to auditions all the time and they have headshots and all these different types of things. But I don't do it that way. I do it in an organic type of way. I just meet people, and then if I want to make them a product, in which all actors are products, okay, in a positive way. It's nothing negative about being a product because everyone uses products, and I want to make sure that the product in Garvey Studios Talent Development and the Black History Studios products are given the strongest foundation they can possibly get. Because with a strong foundation, no one can destroy or move your house or tear your house down. Okay, you have to have a strong foundation. But a lot of talent, say for example, can be picked out of the crowd, and they don't have a foundation. So they're just listening to anybody's telling them they need to do this. And I guess I say some, I won't say any names, but some music moguls, they take young talent and they don't develop them properly. And since they're not developed properly, then they are subjected to all types of things that moves them away from their art. Okay, And here at Garvey Studios Talent Development, we don't want to move you away from your art. We want you in the art. Okay. So at this time, before we start reading scenes and doing scene breakdowns, I want to introduce you to the team, and you can also be a part of this. So all you have to do is become a member of the Chemic Club. It's just $9 a month, and you can come and fill in our VIP seats for our workshop session on Thursdays between 11 and 2. Okay, the first one we have Divinity Divine, and she's absolutely very divine, and she's also very talented. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself so you know who she is before she goes into her work and characterization concepts.
Well, thank you, Arnold, for this opportunity. So my name is Divinity Divine. I'm the founder of a temple called Temple of Ndawo Mtewale and Kojo and Sir CJ. It means the holy ground to go back and fetch healing. And I curate different healing experiences for the community to tap back into the earth, tap back into Black-owned farmers and Black-owned landowners who need assistance by teaching them land stewardship. So this is a new aspect of just me learning about what I can do and what I'm possible to do, what's possible through me. But the one thing that was very interesting for me with this is that during our Sankofa healing experiences, it's important that we bring certain stories of our ancestors to life, and having these type of theaters and performances come out so that we can have the up close and personal information and the knowledge and the history, because some of us didn't get this information in school, right? Or a lot of the information was not real information, true information. So having an opportunity to be involved in this way is new for me, but I'm very excited to be a part of it. The work that we do is called Sankofa Healing Experiences, and that is where we bring different experiences to the community. Not only do we do our 3-day camp out experiences, but we also have our It Takes a Village program, which I'm really passionate about. It's where we focus on our elders and our youth. And so we bring the community engagement back into the schools to bring healing to the children and to the elders from a level of disconnecting from Western society and being able to really connect back to our African indigenous roots as well. So
that's great. Listen, and she's a major discovery, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to tell you that she's a major discovery. She's blowing me away with her intellect. You know, a lot of I think actors you have to be smart to be an artist, okay? And that's the first thing. And another smart person that we have on in talent development is goes by the name of Kojo. So Kojo just spinning around there. He's an educator, and he's going to tell you about him and what he does, which is fascinating to me.
I know what this is.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Kojo, and I am a singer, songwriter, educator, former educator for 5 years. And I also am a Macy student, Macy graduate, which is Master of Arts in Creative and Innovative Education. And what we do is we basically help people create their idea life, whatever that may be. And
Close it out. And the way you express how you are, I'm just kind of shocked and surprised. But we're going to bring you out of that shyness right now, which I never saw. Okay, so let's move around to our next person, and on the team and talent development, you know, and this guy is a dynamo, and he goes by the name of who?
Greetings, y'all. I'm Sir CJ Jocelyn, aka Papa. I am a drill master. I am a chef. I am a gardener. I'm the uncle. Okay. And what I do is I help cultivate your ideas to the next level. I help you push You tell me you want to do something, I'm going to find the resources and sources to help you achieve those things. And then I'm going to come back and make sure that you're on your task as a papa would. That's what I'm here for. And look, I'm good at acting. I can put on. Stay tuned.
We're gonna, you said Miss Sharon, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Great day, everybody. My name is Julian Gordon. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a proud BAF member for life. I am the vice president here at the Atlanta chapter for the Black Achievement Fund. So I'm really excited to be working here with the Chemic Club Cafe and the BAF Solutions Network with you all. It is a pleasure and an honor because I've been focusing on drums, drones, and dreams. So that means that I've been able to put together music and video production, environmental justice, and entrepreneurship. So we are here in the Chemic Club. We're coming alive in 2025 through Kwanzaa 365. Together we rise.
Right. Okay. So now we're ready to get started with our first exercise. So the first thing I want everyone to put their hands on their knees because you have to warm up to be an artist, okay, before you do it. And then you're gonna do your shoulder rolls, okay? And I'm gonna watch me first. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we ready out there? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna reverse it, switch it, and go the other way, and like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all you geriatrics out there, y'all know y'all can do this, okay? So just pull your, and then you're gonna do the shoulders. Okay, us baby boomers, this is a baby boomer plea. Y'all, it's never too late to be an artist, okay? All right, so we're gonna bring my arms up and we're gonna go shoulders lifts like this. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so, and then shake it out. That's it, and just keep moving, just shake your body, and that'll give you the adrenaline that you need to go into the different exercises. Because you can't just go right into it. You got to warm up. So that's one of my favorite tongue twisters. We're gonna do some tongue twisters, then we're gonna get into the scenes. And of course, on Wednesday, we have Whatever the Weather Wednesdays, whatever Wednesdays. So I came up with I didn't come up with it. It's been going on in acting classes for centuries, I guess. But at least 1 century, the 20th century, and it's Weather the Weather. And listen to me first, and then you'll practice it. You'll be, guess what, everyone? It'll be so addictive that you'll be doing it everywhere you go. And it's whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. Let's try it. Whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. Again, whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether you like it or not. And he just gives you it deals with the W's, and then your tongue goes up on the roof of your mouth. And that's what happens with that. Okay, another one people have problems with is she sells seashells by the seashore. Again. She sells seashells by the seashore. Again, she sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, Julian, say it.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
All right, Divinity.
She sells by the seashore.
That's okay. And I did that intentionally because this is what you have to do to get your mouth right, so you can, before you can go into the scenes. I call it the lip poke. When you poke your lips out and try to touch the tip of your nose, like this. And you hold it, and when you start to get a little tingle, then you just raise your finger at BAF members at home. So let's all do this on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Lip poke. Just hold it. Then shake it. Okay. And the last tongue twist before we get into the scenes is red leather, yellow leather. Again, red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Okay, that Julian spin the acting cam so we can get CJ doing it. Okay, and get ready, CJ. That's Kojo.
That's CJ.
Oh, see, CJ. Oh, you know. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Again.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Okay, let's spin it around. Oh. Red leather, yellow leather. Y'all know about leather. Black folks know about leather.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
And that's very good because you're teaching y'all. So you definitely, the kids can't say they can't understand what the professor says. Okay, so all of these people here, everyone, are educators in some respect. Okay, they give of their time and they give of themselves. So this will make them a stronger a candidate in the profession of their choice. All right, so that's great. So now let's go into the scene of the first scene we're going to be reading is the soldier, Marcus Garvey, and Amy Ashwood. So let me just transform myself real quick. And Julian, here's a script for you. And we'll go into that scene. Then we're going to analyze the scene, everyone. So that's why it's great that we do this. And I'm wearing different hats, as they say. And I'll give the lead in into the scene. Garvey. I survived an assassination attempt in my offices in Harlem on October 14th, 1919. This was due in part to the heroics of my secretary, Amy Ashwood, who tackled the would-be murderer.
Are you okay, General?
I'm fine, thanks to Amy.
How could something like this happen? I've been at my post all day. I only left to relieve myself.
You should have had another UNIA soldier to cover your post. You put the general's life in danger.
You are just a woman. What right have you to speak to me in this tone?
I have every right to speak to anyone who endangers this man.
General, I will not be spoken to in this way.
Amy speaks truth. She's a fine Black Cross nurse with rights the same as you, my soldier.
When did African women become equal to the African man? This is not the custom in Africa.
The custom in Africa is not the question. The question is, you left your post, which left me open for attack and loss of my own life.
I'm in agreement, my general. The loss of your life would have been a major tragedy.
Let us not lose focus on what has transpired with the betrayal of one of our own who tried to take my life, which is more disturbing to me than the debate of male and female equality. Let it not be misunderstood that the African queen is the backbone and foundation of the African nation.
I am in fault, my general, and I apologize, my queen. I ask forgiveness. I shall return to my post, and I will let you know when I have a call for nature.
You don't have to tell me when you get a call from nature. Just don't leave your post without coverage.
And
thank you.
And scene, come back here. You ain't getting away that easy. Let me take this hat off.
She got up and walk away.
Let's break this down. Okay, this is what we're doing, BAF audience members. We're going to read the scene, then we're going to break down the scene and find out what's underneath the words. Because when you read a script, a lot of people who are amateurs, they just think they have to read the words. But there's so much more going on in the text that you bring to the character. You bring it to life. These are just words that I've written, but without the actor, it's nothing but words, okay? The actor, now throughout the storyline, the UNIA soldier basically it will be having an affair with Amy Ashford, which will cause him to divorce her. Okay, so how do we infuse that without really giving it away? What would the call from nature? Nature call. There's some keywords. Now I am an innuendo writer. Okay, and I don't come right out and say things. I think it's crass and very distasteful. But I will give you an innuendo for you to think. So that way, if you're a young person, you wouldn't know it at all. But if you're an adult and you saw the piece, you go like, oh. So the job of the actor is to give the innuendo in their delivery, in their performance. Say, for example, Amy could, just look at him and turn her head, okay? And she don't have to, with the line, she could make a choice. It's her choice. He could also, when he apologized to her, he could do something in his acting, in his delivery that would cause her to go, be taken aback. This is the choice of the actor, not the director. A lot of times, everyone, when you get a film role or you get a play, the director don't have the time to teach you how to act. That's why 90% of casting is typecast. That means they don't have time to teach you to do anything. They want you to look, especially in film. And theater is a different thing. Theater is who you know and your skill set. If you have the skills, then you'll be a contender, especially with Broadway musicals, if you can sing, things of that nature. But if they don't know you, then it's a whole nother ball game you got to deal with. So this is a perfect opportunity, BAF members, for you to come to the Chemic Club and be a part of the Garvey Studios Talent Development Workshop, and also be in line for productions and that the Garvey Studios theatricals are presenting, and also be in line for the Black History Studios projects that are being in line to be produced. But it all starts here. And I am taking this time in my career to give back to the community, especially when you see productions and things going on television that do not show us in a positive light. It shows us in negativity and the storylines. And yes, we go through different heartaches and trials and tribulations, but our children need to know the gloriousness of their culture. We know that there's drug abuse and gangsters shooting up neighborhoods, and we know we're killing each other. But why is that? Because that's what they promote. So here at the Chemic Club and here at BAF Solutions Network, we're about solutions. It's not just putting on content that's dealing with seediness and debauchery and things of that nature. We don't talk about it, we are about it. And so to be about it, I would say, what would you do as a choice as an actor, my brother? What would you do as a choice to let her know that we're not done, and that would kind of throw her off, and now, what choice would you make? It's just off the top of your head. What type of choice would you make?
First thing I thought of was movement. So I was thinking if I get up and I kneel, I ask forgiveness, my queen.
Okay.
Something like that. That's the first thing that
It'd be like, is it sincere that kneel, or are you what they call it, being sarcastic? Is it a sincere kneel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will work on that to make sure that you are really, feeling a certain type of way. Because why is it sincere? Because you wanted to be the best soldier possible,
right?
And you didn't want to mess up. So I would say he's a Virgo. Okay, because Virgo are very anal about things that they do, to the point that they're perfectionists. For him to leave his post, if it was a Libra, he'd be like, I left, okay? And I'll get back when I get back. But as a Virgo is like, that's why Tyler Perry, who does wonderful work, does all does everything when he started. He didn't have here. He wrote the script. He did the camera. He did everything. Okay, we have a Virgo leader. Aki, I'm talking about you. That's right. Aki is a perfectionist. That's why we have the look here. Okay, I knew when I walked in that a Virgo was in charge of this place. Okay, because it was the lighting and everything, the paint on the wall. It was so set. And what he needed was people to duplicate that. And that's what we're doing now. We're duplicating his mindset. So when people walk in, they say, oh, it's nice, it's clean. Virgos have a cleaning thing, you know? They really like everything. One of the facilitator manager who works here at the Chemical Club, everyone, she is a Virgo. She comes in and she makes sure that everything is swept up. She marks. It's like, it's not a second thing. So with you, do you agree that it should be a Virgo, Karen?
Sounds about right. So what if there's another type of personality?
Then you can mix it up, you know, because we're not all just one thing. But I'm just saying to get you started as picking three different choices you can make. The second choice could be another.
Like I asked him because when we first practiced it, I did a sarcasm. I did a sarcastic.
You did very much.
I'll let you know when I get a nature call.
And that could be it. Okay, that's your choice. It's 101 choices. What character is that when he says that? What sign would you think in astro acting method? What sign would you think is like that? Well, I'll let you know.
Gemini is
No, you're Gemini. A Gemini sarcastic. They come out and say what they say.
Real ego.
Okay. What about? I think a Sagittarius, a Sag.
Yeah, definitely a Sag.
I think a Sagittarius would tell you out the front.
So I can say yes.
So that was I will. Okay, on that. So tell me what your experience. Well, who is Amy? I mean, you researched her, right?
Yeah, they're both Capricorns. Both of his wives were actually Capricorns, December 31st and January 10th.
And that's interesting.
Yeah, because clearly he wanted a cat. Okay, he wanted a goat life. You know what I'm saying?
And clearly, and look at the combination though. Barack Obama is a Leo. Michelle is a Capricorn. Okay, this is not a coincidence. So he chose a Capricorn to marry the first one, and he chose a Capricorn to bear his children, his two sons, Amy Jacques' daughter. Okay. So she has come. What is a Capricorn? Do you know any Capricorns that you?
Yeah, some of my best friends are Capricorns.
So what traits about them you like?
They can be very detail oriented, they're very loyal people. They got they social butterflies. They can be, but they about their business.
They about their business.
They about their business. You understand? They about their business. They can be about that.
They about their business. Everybody listening on the BAF solution. So that's the solution. That's the solution. So our solution is that we know who they are. You got some Sag, you got some Virgo. Okay, he on the cusp. Okay, so you say he's on the cusp, right? And we got a Capricorn queen. Michelle Obama. No doubt about it. Michelle Obama as Amy. So we're gonna read the scene
and
again.
Myself.
And yourself.
I got a lot of Cap in my chart, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why.
I'm not a Cap born.
But you got your Earth. Your Earth, and she's a Taurus, everybody.
So maybe all.
So they Earth. So she can pull it because she's an Earth sign anyway. And I got a lot of Cap in mind too. So, but Garvey is strictly Leo, ego, all that, plumes, hat, all of that. It's my way of the trailway, that type of thing. Okay, so we're gonna read the scene again with those things in mind. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna do the next two scenes, and that's gonna be our session after we bring the other two actors up, and then we're gonna do that. Okay. All right, I'll let you know when.
So what are some ways that the Virgo would enunciate his word, pronunciate and enunciate?
Well, he's a soldier. So first of all, one of the things you did was go into, your soldier mode. once you got caught out there, but once you lost your control, Virgo don't like to lose control. They like to know where everything is and how to handle things. Okay, the hair can't be out of place. The suit, everything has to be just like the Earth. And as you notice, Martin Luther King was always very, very pressed and clean. You know, if you know, even today, Mary J. Blige and her hair is always together, her boots, everything she wears. Okay, so image is very important. So when you walk in, you don't want to be seen off, not on your game. Okay, that's the key. And so I would say use it as your base character, base physicality. Physicality is how you stand, how you move your arms, everything. So the physicality is that, but you get thrown off kilter when you see him down and the you know, catching his breath and what's happening. He's been attacked, and they already, you know, the person has probably had ran away and left, and you would play that thing. Amy is, see, Capricorn can do, you know, they like men in women's bodies. Okay, they are it's a masculine sign. So when a woman has that type of earthiness, then it may be off-putting to other men because they're not used to, which gives you the reason to say you are just a woman. How could you talk to me the way? Well, she talked to me the way because she's Amy Josh Garvey and she's Amy Ashford and she's a Capricorn, and a Capricorn don't care, and Taurus don't care. They don't care who you a man or whatever. Pisces will play that game. Pisces will fall back in the cut and say, well, okay, daddy, all that. But not Earth people. And you got some Earth in you too. So being that Virgo is what, Earth, right? He's not going to feel kind to her talking to him like that. So let's give you your mode of operandi to say, you are just a woman. Because Virgo ain't having that because he's Earth, she's Earth. They going at it. And also that's very what? Attractive. Okay? You like me, I like you. Okay? And that's how stuff gets started out there, BFA, BAF. All right, members. So, okay, let's try it. And then we're going to go to the thing. We got 10 minutes. We got to get the other scenes up. Okay. And quiet on the set. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Are you okay, General?
I'm fine. Thanks to Amy.
How could something like this happen? I've been at my post all day. I only left to relieve myself.
You should have had another UNIA soldier cover your post. You put the general's life in danger.
You are just a woman. What right have you to speak to me in this tone?
I have every right to speak to you as I please. To anyone who endangers this man.
General, I will not be spoken to in this way.
Amy speaks truth. She's a fine Black Cross nurse with rights the same as you, my soldier.
When did the African women become equal to the African man? This is not the custom in Africa.
The custom in Africa is not the question. The question is, you left your post, which left me open for attack and loss of my own life.
I am in agreement, my general. The loss of your life would have been a major tragedy.
And let us not lose focus on what has transpired. With the betrayal of one of our own, who tried to take my life, which is more disturbing to me than the debate of male and female equality. Let there be no misunderstanding that the African queen is the backbone and foundation of the African nation.
I am in fault, my general. I ask forgiveness, my queen. I shall return to my post and will let you know when I have a nature call.
You don't have to tell me when you have a nature call. Just don't leave your post without coverage.
Aye, aye.
And scene. All right. Give a big round of applause out there, BAF, and our studio audience here. Okay, so let's do let's switch out here. Let's bring Booker T. Washington in here. Booker T. Washington. And we're gonna read his scene. And you can just join us too, because we're gonna be next. You come up on the stage here, sir. Yeah, let him do it. Okay, so we have so CJ and Kojo here, everybody. And so CJ and Kojo, what's happening in the play is that spirits come to visit him as he's going into the next dimension. He's crossed over. Garvey has crossed over, and the spirits have approached him to let him know, to welcome him, that he is now in the spirit world. And the first scene deals with a portrait on the wall. And Garvey is not understanding what has happened to him. And so that's what the scene is about. And so we're going to start with CJ reading the part of one of the major contributors in his life, in Garvey's life, was Booker T. Washington. His book, Up From Slavery, was something that Garvey was really, really inspired with, and also it caused him to come to America. So this is a major character, a major person in his life. So I put the scene in the play just so the audience can understand in the storytelling that if it wasn't for Booker T. Washington, then Garvey might not have made it to America from his book, Up From Slavery. So let me find it in the script. And what page you have, CJ? CJ, what page on the screen? Page 2. Okay, so let's go with the scene. Well, first of all, what do you think Booker T. Washington is? What zodiac sign would he be?
He could be a Gemini.
Okay, let's make him a Gemini, because he's using your own color. And because Gemini like to make jokes and who and all that, do the ghost and all that. Okay, so Gemini like to make jokes. So let's get ready. I'll give you the lead in. To raise money, for my organization, I traveled to the United States in 1916. I had hoped to meet Booker T. Washington, whom I had corresponded, but the elderly head of Tuskegee Institute died at the end of 1950. Booker T. Washington appears on stage.
Who said I was dead? Great men never die. Only the weak fade away, I tell you. Don't be looking at me like you saw a spook. Then again, I am the spook that sat by the door. That's how I got up from slavery.
Booker T. Washington?
In the flesh. Well, not so much in the flesh, but in spirit. And don't worry, you're going to be visited by 3 spooks, mainly because you are one of us now. Just a portrait on the wall. We all become portraits in somebody's wall. They got me hanging all over Tuskegee. I'm flying in the spirit like one of the airmen, I tell you.
I always wanted to meet you, Mr. Washington. You had such an impact on my earthbound existence.
Oh, how I know. I read your letters you wrote to me. I wish that I could have held just a little longer till you got to Harlem. The spirit was willing, but the flesh was saying, you're out of here. I tell you, I was on my way to meet with the ancestors, which you are now a part of, but you have to tell your story first to leave a historical record for our future generations. Because if you don't, they'll sure change history. That is. In fact, they don't even want our story to be told. I tell you, Marcus, tell your journey, just how you remember it, son.
Your book inspired me. Up From Slavery made me come to America to build Black pride in my people.
Everything was taken, son. Our name, our culture, our self-respect, yet we was able to rise. What a strong people we are.
A people with one God. Say it with me. A people with one God, one aim, one destiny.
Your journey was strong, Marcus. None of us are never able to finish, Marcus, because the journey never ends. You did in life what you can do. That is all any of us can do in any lifetime. It is so liberating being free in spirit. It beats being enslaved to a body any day, I tell you. I see why some of our people jumped off them slave ships. Freedom is worth it. Even if you have to die to get it, I tell you. Finish telling your story of yourself. It'll help calm your spirit, son. So when they see your portrait hanging on the wall, the people will see a painting of your power and your purpose, in which you will help them find peace. Tell our story to correct history.
All right, give it up, give it up, give it up. Who wrote that? I did. I love it. I ain't never heard it like that. You know what I'm saying? One thing about you wear, as you see, I wear different hats. And as the hat of the writer, you don't even know what you're doing. You just, the spirit, they're just talking through you and you just put it all down. So basically, when you're a writer and an artist, any type of artist, everyone, then just relax your body. That's why you have to go to relaxation exercises and breathing and all that stuff to make your temple free to bring in whatever they want to send to you. And that is definitely what's sent to me. I love it. I love this. I love this. I can't believe I wrote it, right? That's what I did, but it's like, my God. Because the portrait on the wall, that's the concept. I wanted people to know that the whole concept. Look at Angie Stone. She just left us. Angie. Okay, so we all end up a portrait on the wall. And so when I walked in here, I saw all of these portraits and photographs, and I said, all these people lived, everybody. They lived. And so let's go to W.E.B. Du Bois and see what he has to say to Marcus. And that's what's going to happen. And what page is he on? And then we're going to close out. Page 9.
9 and 10.
Okay. All right. Okay, I give the cue. Okay, all my goals and ambitions for UNIA changed as opportunities and challenges arose, and the Universal Negro Improvement Association's philosophy became known as Garveyism, seen as I was its primary creator and developer. My critics and enemies stated that such loyalty was fanaticism, describing my style of leadership existing within the provisional African nation as fascist. These accusations were helped along by a strain of violence that seemed to run among Garveyites. Freedom is projecting the scene of W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois has, and the NAACP characterized me as, and I quote,
without a doubt, the most dangerous enemy of the Negro race in America.
And you, sir, are a mixed-race house Negro who does not empower his people.
On the contrary, Mr. Garvey, my methods of Negro empowerment may not be itself as diligent as yours, but nevertheless even more effective.
You are not a pure race. I am melanated with the blood of Ethiopia.
Your purity of race campaign does not empower, but alienate us as a nation of melanated people.
I'm aware of your humiliation of servitude to the white supremacist.
To not be considered human is more than just humiliation. It is a travesty amongst men. As a result of this treatment, our people have been tainted with the blood of his slave master. I, myself, and some of the greatest leaders in physical world who made political moves were of mixed blood. Therefore, your race purity campaign does not empower the people with the African pride. It promotes resentment and shame.
I am in agreement. It is shameful indeed, which is the reason the race mixing has to be stopped. We must regain the purity of the Black race. Race mixing is, okay. That was a typo here. That's where you have typos in scripts. Then W.E. Du Bois says that's the next line. Race mixing is necessary.
Race mixing is necessary for the alienation of the white supremacists, or else our people will be enslaved for generations to come. You got to get with the program.
What program is that of which you speak?
Our oppressor has for more than 3 centuries caused his own downfall. There will come a time, Mr. Garvey, that the oppressor will no longer be in power. The race mixing that you're so against will be the very weapon that brings out about our liberation. The blood of our American forefathers also runs in my veins as well as you, Mr. Garvey. You got to get with the program. They could see you coming, but they never saw Black leaders who were race mixing coming. They were considered white men and women. That is the program that you have to get with. They sent you back to where you came from. They are annihilating the pure whiteness by plantation-style breeding with our people. As it is said that one drop of Black blood makes you Black. They will be all coming back home to those who created them. This will save humanity and end white supremacy for future generations to come. Racism will no longer be the land of the free. They deported you for stirring up Black folks. I got with the program and left on my own. Being Black is not your skin color, Mr. Garvey. Being Black is a state of mind.
And on that, being Black is a state of mind. And that's our session for today, everyone. And I invite you to be here for Garvey Theater Thursdays, each and every Thursday, here at the Kemet Club and with the Garvey Studios Talent Development Workshop. See you next time, and up ye mighty race. Put on the Garvey clip. Yeah, man, thank you so much. We finally, went through with this, right?